Economic Development Director, Ms. Fidel, and she can explain
Absolutely.
the flyer that was mentioned on the website earlier.
Absolutely, thank you. Well, I will start by first saying the property is not on the market, and I'd like to explain to all of you what you're seeing. Each year I travel to the International Council of Shopping Centers conference, and if you look at all the slides, what you were seeing was Mr. Bordeaux was kind enough to provide us with a QR code with a separate page that anybody we met with at the conference would have the ability to go back and look at any portion of my presentation, saving paper. So thank you for that, Dan. The message of the presentation you'll see, or usually they say available sites. It doesn't say that they're for sale, and there are some that are on here that I just say available site. The whole intent and the purpose behind taking this property out there was that we all know as a community what we want there, but we're not the experts to put it together. In the near future, we would be looking for ideas from, as you mentioned, potential developers to fulfill exactly what it is that this community wants. So our message has not changed. Councilman Johnson said recreational use, and doesn't mean that a big box is going in there. It doesn't mean anything other than we were simply letting people know that there is a development in the future, development opportunity in the future, for them to give us ideas of what they could do to fulfill our dreams, so to speak. And then the other bullet point I wanted to point out to you in regards to the potential brownfield incentives, that was laid down there simply for the fact that if for some reason, obviously the city has the property, but if we did have a developer that came in and was able to build exactly what we wanted, there could be a potential for some reimbursements through the TIF funds that we have through the brownfield, which we've done several times. So what would happen is if the DDA hadn't already taken the properties down, the individual that was coming in that would build our council-approved project would have the ability to get reimbursement for certain eligible activities under the brownfield grant, such as environmentals, asbestos testing, demolition. So that's simply a safeguard. I shouldn't say safeguard, it's more of a sales tool. That if we did find someone that the community agreed on would be the perfect person to develop exactly what we want here, and they were willing to foot the bill for taking down those buildings, we would be able to provide them an incentive back on their investment. So that's all it is.
Thanks. Mayor, just so I can dovetail off that and we can try and get this resolved. Some of those meetings, and I was at with Lori, we did meet with developers and did have some discussion about recreational uses and potential use of that site for recreational purposes. Again, the site is not for sale at this point. It was purely put in as part of what you would do in due diligence to figure out what can be done with the site. Does it meet, is there any interest out there from the development community in putting together some kind of a proposal or some kind of a plan that down the road we could utilize and have it fit in with what we were anticipating and looking at. So again, purely a speculative tool to figure out what potential would be for the site, as well as the interest in recreational type of companies and or businesses that could come in and potentially reutilize that site. So, Mayor.
All right. Thank you.